Play Ya Ya Ding Dong. Play it.
Hey, shh.
Welcome back, everyone, to Not Another Needless Sequel, where we watch movies and propose unnecessary prequels, sequels, reboots, and remakes. My name is Kane. With me is my co-host, Kelsey.
Hey, yo.
This week, we're taking a look at 2020's Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga. And as always, there will be time codes below. What did you rate this movie?
I rated this movie a 3 out of 5.
Oh, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, so the first time we watched it, this was not the first time, this is the second time I've seen it. Granted, I have not watched this movie since it first came out. What, 5 years ago? 6 years ago? Whatever, same. And I really liked it back then. Second time through, let me just say it for all the people in the back, Lars fucking sucks. He truly ruins the movie. He makes the movie worse in every possible way.
Is it because it's Will Ferrell, or is it just the character of Lars? Like, if he was played by a Ryan Gosling.
No, the character is awful. He treats her like shit. And I think the fact that it's like Will Ferrell just makes me even more just like, why do you look like an old man? You look like you're 50 in this. It seems like you're probably supposed to be 50? In your early 30s. I mean, I wouldn't anticipate, because he has a kid at the end of the movie. Not that you can't have a kid at 50, but I would just say he's probably like in his 30s. I didn't see how much time had passed, but the movie is significantly worse because he's a part of it. The way that he treats her, so I cannot.
I mean, old men love having kids. He could be 50.
No, and I just hated the way that they wrote her to be consistently obsessed. I don't want to say obsessed with him, but she just was only ever cared about what he thought and not what she thought herself, until one spot at the end for like 5 minutes did they allow her to be herself and not always be about him.
Yes, I feel they wanted to work towards her, but maybe there wasn't enough of a payoff.
I think that she can like him and he can like her back, but the fact that she's consistently pining after somebody, he literally slept with somebody else.
No, he didn't. That was part of it. Like,
I guess that's true. He didn't.
They were in a weird situation, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm just like, I don't know. If I found somebody I liked who said, oh, we can't be together because it's all about the music, in bed with another woman, no.
Yeah, it'd be upsetting.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Also, he can't sing. He sounded bad.
It was his actual voice is the problem.
So. Yeah, and obviously that is not Rachel McAdams' voice.
Yeah, but just did it.
He just did. But my point is like, she could have just been like the Demi Lovato and been fine. Like, I don't know. This movie got 2 less points because of Lars and the way that they made Singret.
What was that?
Outside.
Yeah, but I have headphones on. Like, what was it? What, if you could describe the noise? I just barely heard. Okay, but if you could guess what it was.
Metal.
Okay, can you make a guess? That's like, did somebody close a door?
Almost sounded like a truck trying to back up over the ice.
You just gave me a fucking element.
What? I mean, technically,
metal's
not an element.
Yeah. Material still. I was like, what was that noise? You're like, wood. Okay. Anyway.
My point is they made Secret not like an independent woman.
Yeah.
And I hate that. Because I understand in certain like dramatic movies, the point of it is that she is dependent on somebody, but this was not a dramatic movie. This was literally supposed to be like a funny, lighthearted movie, and I just think whoever wrote it thinks that women should be dependent on men, but that's just me. Sorry, I went on a soapbox.
No, I mean, I go on them all the time. So I think that it's possible that this movie would have been better if they were siblings.
Yeah, it would have been better.
And it was a movie like that. But I didn't hate it. Like I said, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I really like the music. Some of it's not original, so, it is what it is. But I like the music. I like all the performances I thought were fun. I thought the costumes were fun. Like, I think it was a really good environment. I like the comedy of it. And this movie, its budget was $135 million. I don't have box office numbers because it was a Netflix release. But on Rotten Tomatoes, Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga was given positive reviews by 63% of critics and 77% of general audiences.
I mean, that's fair. I liked the movie. I would absolutely watch it again. It's just I get annoyed at those things. I think you're right. They would have been better siblings.
This movie is about the duo Fire Saga, and they live in a little town called Husavik, and they have been, since they were kids, preparing for Eurovision and trying to make it into Eurovision and win. It's a big dream of theirs, so they are constantly performing music together. As we were kind of talking about, I mean, Lars and Sigrid have a almost strictly professional relationship, though Sigrid really wants to be with Lars. Meanwhile, Lars's father is not supportive at all of him being into music, and Sigrid's mother is not supportive of her following around Lars like that. But they get a chance to be in the I don't know, fucking line up to attempt to get into Eurovision.
It's like the Icelandic Song Contest is what they call it. This is kind of where Lars first started annoying me, is because during like the qualifying contest, he wants to, they have like the white outfits, and he's trying to stuff his suit.
Oh, yeah.
And then Secret's like getting ready, and he goes to the song people to like make sure the music is right and doesn't realize the timing. And then Sigrid goes on stage by herself. He like does all of this stuff, interrupts the performance on the stage with putting his shoes on, and the entirety of the performance, he makes it all about himself and not about the song, and that is so annoying to me.
Well, so they obviously don't do good there because of all that. Oh, I wanted to mention, along with everybody hating them, their town, they like play at this local bar and nobody wants to hear their fucking original music, I guess. And they're constantly telling them to play a song called Ya Ya Ding Dong. So during the semifinals of the real Eurovision Song Contest in 2021, the Finnish team carried a poster in the green room that read "Play Ya Ya Ding Dong."
That's funny. After this movie came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are kind of sitting on a dock, like, depressed about it. Meanwhile, all the people that they competed against were on a boat together, and that boat explodes.
And that part is funny to me because Sigrid believes in elves.
Yeah.
And she goes to, like, the little elf houses, and you don't see them come out yet. And as soon as the boat explodes and Lars realizes that everybody was on that boat, they're literally the only singers in Iceland left, and that they're going to be chosen for Eurovision, she goes, oh, the elves went too far.
Yeah, I wrote that down too. The elves went too far.
That's so funny to me.
It turns out, because I'm not going to focus on this anymore in the movie, so you're just going to get this spoiler right here. It's some fucking, like, rich guy that doesn't want them to win. They don't want anyone in their country to win, and so they sabotage the boat, and they later on try and kill Lars, but the elves kill them. You never see the elves. You just see their door quickly shut.
Yeah, and you see the knife in the guy's back.
Anyway, so with the finalist boat exploding, I wanted to say in 2011, so obviously this has never happened, nothing like this, but in 2011, just 12 days before his assigned performance, the semifinal singer, and I'm going to mess up his name, I apologize. I want to say it's Sigurn Sonny Brink. He died unexpectedly from a stroke, and since his family chose to keep his entry in the competition, it was decided that 6 of his close musician friends would perform the song themselves. In the end, they qualified from the semifinal and went on to win the national selection, thus representing Iceland for Eurovision Song Contest in 2011.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So they are the only hope. I thought it was funny. They have a scene where there's this group of people talking about how everybody died, and they're like, so Fire Saga is our only option. They suck so bad. It's horrible. What are we going to do?
They're standing right there
and then
off to
it
the side.
pans the camera. They're just standing there, and they're like, so we're in?
Yeah. I do want to, before we get to the next part, they then go to England. Is it in England?
I really don't know, but they go to perform.
I think it's in
Russia.
No, it's not in Russia. I don't know. They go somewhere for the actual contest, and their first rehearsal session goes poorly because they Lars had them speed up the music and start to create this choreography, and Sigrid's like, why can't we just make it about the song? And they get into an argument, and then they end up meeting one of the other contestants and go to his house for like a party.
Yeah, so they meet Lemtov, who is like the favorite to win, and he invites them to his house party. He also introduces Lars to Mita, which is another contestant. And Lars and Mita kind of go off on their own. Meanwhile, Lemtov kind of takes Sigrid. And Lemtov has this whole thing where he wants Sigrid to sing with him. He thinks that Lars is wasting her talents. And, he's right. But at the house party, they do the song-along, which I really like.
Yeah, right before the song-along, he mentions how Sigrid always sings from her head and not her heart, which was kind of like a throwback to her mom said that to her earlier in the movie. And I feel like that's the first time that she actually starts listening to somebody, and you start to see her change where she like kind of tries to become more independent after that. Not independent, but like not caring what Lars thinks so much, even though I don't really ever think she was.
Maybe more standing up to Lars and saying what needs to be said.
Yeah.
But as you said in the beginning, I don't think enough of that happens for it to matter until the end.
Yeah. Sorry, the song along.
Yeah, I really like the song along. I mean, I'm a sucker for.
You did say Pitch Perfect did it first, I will say.
Yeah, but I don't mean it in a shitty way. I said they wanted to have their own kind of version of that Pitch Perfect scene, of them doing the
riff off.
Yeah, riff off. It's just a panning the camera around the whole room. People are all singing, jumping in, kind of combining a few songs. I really like it. Numerous participants from past Eurovision contests played supporting roles during that song-along scene. I mean, through the whole movie, actually, but specifically that scene, that was a lot of the people singing. That's how you got actual good singers for that part, rather than having just a song they could play over. But after that, they split off, and that's where we kind of were talking about how Lars is caught in bed with Mita. Meanwhile, Sigrid, I don't want to say she turns down Lemtov because it's hinted that he's gay the whole time, and I think he really is just trying to get her for the music, but she goes back to find Lars, and Lars, of course, is in bed with Mita. She gets upset. They end up on stage again together where she's clearly mad, and he's just like, why are you mad? With, of course, this classic almost rom-com thing where it's like, not that it makes it better, but the guy doesn't say, I didn't sleep with her. He waits. He, instead of just saying it right then and there, he waits until like the end of the movie to be like, I didn't sleep with her. So even though he didn't, she's very upset.
It kind of seems like he didn't because he would have had like whiskey dick, not because he wouldn't have actually done it.
They never say why. So, eventually, they do try and perform their semifinal. They have almost like a makeup moment, but it doesn't matter because they still
and they're
split apart again.
Yeah, and their semi-performance, everybody actually is loving, and they're doing a really good job. People are into it, and then they have Sigrid, which Lars picks all of her outfits, again showing how much control she allows him to have and that he takes over her, and her scarf gets caught in a fan.
I think it's his wheel.
It's the wheel, the hamster wheel.
Yeah, and so it drags her and it ruins the performance, and they all get laughed at. I wrote down, I thought it was so sad when nobody cheered for them because, they were doing good. It's just a malfunction. Why are people being shitty? I don't know. They just look genuinely sad. It made me very sad.
Yeah.
So at some point during that semifinal, when they're worried about it, I did want to say it. Lemtov makes her a mark that nobody likes the United Kingdom, so they're going to get 0 points. He's like, therefore, 0 points.
Yeah.
In the next IRL Eurovision that was held in 2021, the United Kingdom, in fact, ended in the last place with 0 points.
That's funny. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Lars returns home after that. He goes to work with his father on the fishing boat, and
he refuses to face the scoring session, and it was a semifinal, so they all had to get scores in the top, what was it, 7 or something? I don't know.
Because he just walks out when everyone's laughing.
Yeah.
But they cheer after.
Yeah, and Sigrid was staying. And she's like, I'm going to stay. I'm going to see this through. And Iceland gets enough points to move on to the finals.
She didn't even know he left until she goes running after to tell him, and then he's just gone.
Yeah.
This is probably where the movie lost points for me because I feel like there's too much back and forth of their relationship.
Yeah.
Because why did he go home only to come back a scene later? He wasn't gone for that long. It was just for him to go home and his dad be shitty to him and then have a moment of.
Well, he had to talk to the elves and figure out that
I guess
the guy.
All that I didn't mention, to be fair, but I feel like all that is nonsense too. It's not needed for the movie.
Yeah.
There's a company that doesn't want him to win. Who cares?
Yeah, and then his dad's conversation with him on the fishing boat, he's always like, I love Sigrid. It's always been her. I must go back for her. It's so annoying. He doesn't deserve her. Sorry. I hate when we watch not like movies that just make the woman seem desperate enough to always choose him.
I agree with it in two different ways. I agree that it's weird when it's a fucking schlub who hires the finest woman to be his wife, and I'm like, yeah, buddy, she's gonna be crawling after you. Come on.
Yeah, number one.
Number two, I also equally dislike it when it's just like, oh yeah, of course she's gonna crawl back to him because it's Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Like,
and in this one, it's the schlub.
Yeah.
However, I just hate when they make women seem like the only thing that matters to them is a man. And no matter what he does, she's willing to take him when he finally wants her.
I think a modern day rom-com is hard to do, and rightfully so, because you can no longer get away with just letting the guy be a shithead and then be like, come on, he's a good guy. You know?
He just made a mistake. You got him in bed with another woman.
Yeah, and equally, as is the double standard, men don't like to see women cheat in movies. It's always got to be the man.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. I'm just saying that is how it seems with rom-coms, is they do not often make the woman make that mistake. I can't think of any. You know what movie, actually, I remember I didn't like? That one with Jennifer Aniston and... Ant-Man, where
Paul Rudd.
They go live at that fucking communion, and then she's just like, well, I slept with him because I thought you wanted me to. That moment in the movie, I was like, turn this off. I don't want to see this anymore.
Yeah.
But not to be that way. I mean, to be fair, for me, that movie is a little different. I'm not sure that movie's quite a rom-com. Anyway, so when Lars goes back and they go to perform their song, you know, Lars is finally like, you need to do your thing and, like, you know, just do the song that you want, the song you've been writing that he thought was for Lemtov. It was for him the whole time. And it's actually a song about their hometown called Husavik. It actually won awards for Best Original Song in this movie. And, you know, they do really well, but they don't win. They get eliminated for changing their song.
Yeah, because it's Eurovision Song Contest, not Eurovision like band contest or performer contest. So
I think it's because they had already submitted the song they were going to do, and you're not allowed to change it.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
that's what I said, because it's called Eurovision Song Contest, not like different. That's what I just said.
The way that you were explaining it made it sound like you were mad that Sigrid sung alone.
No, I would rather her sing alone and just be Sigrid from Iceland than the Fire Saga.
Well.
Because he just inserted, he didn't really know the words. He was just like, hometown in the background the whole time. We didn't even need that, Lars. We don't need you.
Big Lars hater here.
Yeah. If Lars was her brother, I feel like I would have given this movie a 4.5, truthfully.
I could see that. Throughout the film, it's hinted that Lemtov is gay, and near the end of the film, Mita says, you deserve to be happy too, and he's watching on at Sigrid, being like, why is she still with him? To which Lemtov replies, Mother Russia does not agree. So though legal in Russia, homosexuality is disapproved of by most Russians, and same-sex couples and households headed by the same-sex couples are ineligible for the legal protections available to opposite-sex couples. If you're gay in Russia, you can absolutely be discriminated against for it, and it's okay, and it's legal. So keep that in mind, and fuck Russia. So, with that being said, we'll move on to This is the Voice! Okay, so what we're doing here is a song contest between certain people from prolific song movies, all going up against Fire Saga, of course.
Okay.
So we have Troy and Gabrielle from High School Musical.
I have a question.
Yes.
We'll keep the questions going in a moment. All going against Fire Saga?
Yes.
Okay.
The Bellas from Pitch Perfect.
Uh-huh.
Danny and Sandy from Grease.
Okay.
The Buster Moon Troupe, we'll call them, from Sing. Just the group of...
Sing or Sing too?
This is after all their movies, so they have all the experience and songs.
Okay. That changes things.
Okay. And Jimmy B. Rabbit Smith Jr. from 8 Mile.
Okay.
So I didn't come up with a way to do this 1v1, so let's just say they all are perform. What do you think Troy and Gabrielle would perform? How about that? They get to choose their song.
They get to choose their song. Question before we continue. Is Troy's voice...
Oh my god.
What?
It's High School Musical 3.
Okay, that's fair. Everybody needs to know because we're old. So, High School Musical, it is not just Zac Efron's voice in the first movie. It's mixed with somebody else, which was my question that he knew the answer to. That changes things, okay? What song would they sing?
Yeah.
What's their most profound song? You know what? I'm going to go for a sleeper here and go, You Are the Music in Me.
Okay. What about the Bellas? Do they even really perform a song?
I feel like if we're going to pick a song, we should pick the original song that they had Haley Steinfeld write, and the second one called Flashlight.
Okay.
Yeah. Instead of doing... Because it has to be a single song. It can't be like what they typically... So we'll go with that song. Not that good, by the way.
Okay, Danny and Sandy.
Grease. They have to sing You Better Wake Up.
Yeah.
Because I need a man. Yeah.
But that means for the Buster Moon Troupe, they can only do... I should have just picked one of them. They can.
Well, you can pick the one now. Whoever you want.
Oh, I mean, then I'm going to pick the gorilla singing.
I knew you were going to pick him. There's a sky, there's a sky.
Yeah, that Coldplay song. I don't care. His fucking dad. Oh, God, what a movie. I'll cry right now just thinking about it.
Okay, but he doesn't have the same performance. It's just the song.
Still.
I would have gone for the lion at the end singing with the porcupine.
Actually, let's do that one because at least I get two people.
Yeah.
Okay. They sang...
It's the U2 song.
Yeah.
Because it was Bono and Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, they sing that U2 song.
Fuck, what is it called?
It's probably on your iPad for free.
That's what I'm going to say. I was so mad the day they did that. I was like, who the fuck put this on here?
Me too.
Not that I don't like U2, but I want the choice.
I didn't like what happened.
I agree.
I understand what they were thinking.
Yeah.
Cool, but I don't want it.
Yeah, agreed. And B Rabbit.
I mean, he's going to have to diss them. I don't know.
Yeah, is he going to do the last one? Like...
He was actually he was writing in the movie. He's writing the song 8 Mile, even though he never sings it. He's writing, so it should be that. I don't know if you know that song well enough, though.
Okay, pause, because I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen to the beginnings of it.
Okay, so
and we're back, and I listened to the song.
So who's winning
out of everybody against Fire Saga? Okay, what's Fire Saga's song?
Husavik. You don't think it should be Husavik? It's not their best song, you don't think?
I actually don't think any song of any of these people is better than that one. But that's because Lars doesn't sing.
Okay.
And I feel like that's not fair to the rest of these people. Do you know what I mean?
Fun. Then they can do their Double Trouble song. They never, during the movie, they never fully perform that song. You never know what it fully sounds like because they're always interrupted.
That's what I'm saying. So, or Yabba Labba Ding Dong.
Ya Ya Ding Dong.
Ya Ya Ding Dong.
Play Ya Ya Ding Dong.
Yeah.
I didn't even do my fucking... Go ahead.
Anyway, who's winning? Who's winning?
It's clearly Jimmy B. Rabbit Smith Jr.
It's not. And I'll tell you why.
That's Eminem. Tell me
okay,
why
if
Eminem...
you had chosen Eminem because Jimmy B. Rabbit gets nervous, pukes, and sometimes freezes on stage, how do we know this won't happen again?
Because
we don't.
He got beat up. He got beat up. He's better now.
He had the best 20-second sex of his life up against the thing.
Damn.
Oh,
rest in peace.
Oh, R.I.P. You right. Okay, who is gonna do the best? And we chose, it's not the Bellas.
I don't think so.
I think that the Flashlight song is weak, and it's
I don't think it's Troy and Gabrielle. I stand by Troy and Gabrielle got they split apart after High School Musical 3.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they stayed together.
I don't think so either. But I don't actually think it's them either. I don't think it's B Rabbit. You know what? I'm going Danny and Sandy.
Hard to beat.
It's hard because I think that
they had that flying car.
That's after the song.
Still unexplained.
That's true. But I just think that Jimmy B. Rabbit, if he's basically doing the song 8 Mile, I think if you're looking at it as Eminem and you had chosen any other song, Eminem will always win. But what Eminem is good at is freestyle rap, and that's like not what we're doing in this competition.
Okay.
I think that what is I just hate his the gorilla. What is his name?
Johnny.
It is Johnny.
But we weren't doing him. We're doing you remember you said the U2 song.
Oh, you're right. That's pretty good.
It's and I still haven't found.
You know what it is? They can't win on the sole fact that U2 just comes on my Apple whenever I feel like it.
I mean, that was years ago.
I know they won't be performing that well together yet. I think Danny and Sandy, and I actually think that like some of these people would beat
Fire Saga.
Fire Saga. Yeah, like I actually think Fire Saga would do like if there's these 5 people plus them like 4th or 5th.
Well, I've changed my answer to the Buster Moon Troop because that song is badass. I'm not gonna argue with you against. This isn't an arguing one. This is just
Danny and Sandy for sure.
Okay.
And that's like not even my favorite song, but them, and she's all a bad lady now. You better shape up, 'cause I need a man.
Why haven't they remade Grease?
What?
Why haven't they remade Grease? What are they waiting for? Before we continue on to the game, as I do with comedies, I have just 4 little jokes that we kind of talked about some of them, but I want to talk about my favorite jokes from this movie. I meant to do that before we did the game. At one point, Lars's father says something about kicking him out, and he says that his mother liked having me around, so she might not be happy. Why did you? And then also he like brought him to the dock, and he's like, "Why did you bring me here to tell me that?"
It's not the dock; they're at the mom's grave.
Oh, you're right. There, mom's grave. And then Lars is telling Sigrid about how his dad doesn't like him, and Sigrid's like, "Oh, I'm sure that's not true." And he's like, "It is. He looked me deep in my eyes and said, 'I am ashamed of you, and you might think that I'm drunk, but I am not.'" And then, of course, it was hilarious to me in the bar that they were like, "You want to hear our new Fire Saga song or our Eurovision song at the end?" And the guy's like, "Play Ya Ya Ding Dong, play it."
And he's like, "Boo! Nothing else, nothing else."
Yeah. At some point, Lars is, of course, talking about his penis, and he says, it's nothing that turns heads. Solid, sturdy, dependable. That's it.
Ew.
So wait, do you think there should be a sequel to this movie?
No, I think it should be remade.
Oh.
But no, I don't.
I don't see... I would feel like...
I feel like if they do a sequel, I don't want Lars and Sigrid together.
Yeah.
And I don't think it should be back in Iceland. Like, I kind of want her to have move on and, like, do her own thing and not even be competing in Eurovision Song Contest because she's kind of above that. But, like, I don't know, maybe helping other people in some way. I just don't actually ever think she would leave Husavik.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what's your pitch line?
How did it all begin? Are you glad that I remembered?
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you remembered or if you just pulled that out of your ass.
It's typed.
Okay.
Okay. Mine is called Eurovision. Back to the beginning. You know, like.
Let's go back to the beginning.
Yeah. I wish it was like raining and I could be up against the window. Anyway.
'Cause different.
Yeah. Can I go now?
Yeah, who's stopping you?
It's something every color.
Fake Hillary Duff fan.
Yeah, pretty much. I haven't heard the song in a long time. Just kidding. I sang it like last week. Anyway, movie, documentary style.
Interesting.
Like The Office.
Interesting.
What?
Nothing.
Why? What is wrong with you?
Why don't you just go ahead with your sequel?
Okay. And I said, and it's going to be of the origin of the Eurovision Song Contest.
Of the Eurovision Song Contest?
Yeah.
Like how they started?
How the Eurovision Song Contest
Did you do
started.
any research on this?
Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea how it started.
The Eurovision Song Contest started back in like the 1950s.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to change some of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm not there yet. I want this first part of the documentary style, office style. It's going to be of like Lars because he's such an asshat that I want him. It's going to be a satire and highly exaggerated from what exactly happened. Like he's going to be telling his kids about the Eurovision Song Contest and all of that and how him and Sigrid have like I don't know, I just want him to exaggerate all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And then it should show like this like through the child's eyes too. You know, flashbacks, flash forwards, all that. At the end, like last 20 minutes. Found footage. Are you ready?
Yeah.
And the and I in a short montage of the actually how it started. that the kid is gonna like, obviously the kid like sees the found footage.
Okay.
Okay, I want Lars to be telling this from his perspective because Sigrid has moved on to bigger and better things.
Oh, okay.
And he's like a drunk, like telling his kid this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the kid's like, F you, Dad, and then leaves.
Yeah.
Because I don't like him.
Okay. Yeah, so this is a revenge movie.
This is a revenge on Lars. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, short montage of the actual beginnings and the political side. It was like very political of like between the countries of like trying to set things up. What I envisioned for it, even if it's not exactly how it started, is it's post World War II, right? So all of these countries had been divided for so long that I think that the Eurovision Song Contest could be a way to not only bring like the countries together to do something, and like bring more entertainment to the world, but tourism, because everything ultimately is about money.
Yeah.
And I think in some way, shape, or form it was around that, because it was like the united like councils of all of these countries that came together and decided all of this stuff. So it has to be that to some extent. Yeah. But yeah, and his son's gonna see that, and then he's gonna be like, F you, Dad, and leave, and then you see Sigrid just flourishing on her own.
Not ever visiting her child.
No, he's gonna like go to her house and like be like, I was just at Dad's for the weekend, and
okay.
And she's like, I'm so sorry.
Why didn't you just make it a horror movie and kill him?
I thought about it.
I don't remember what
I thought about making it Final Destination style.
I don't remember what movie it was that we did, but I remember there was a movie we did that I started off my sequel with, like, main character is dead.
Dead, yeah.
Because I hate him.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Lars.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, I think there should be a sequel if it is a low budget and just a Netflix release again. I wouldn't do anything extra for this. My pitch line is, what if the world knew their names? A documentary-style movie talking about Fire Saga. Not necessarily Eurovision, so that's the difference, I guess. But yes, a documentary. Literally, filmed as if it was a real documentary. So Lars and Sigrid, it'll start off with showing how they were raised together, how they first experienced Eurovision, kind of like we saw in the beginning of the actual movie, and they never stopped making music together. We'll show a little bit about how Sigrid mentioned that Lars helped her learn to speak as a child, though her mother said it was more ABBA. I'd like to put that in the movie as like an emotional section there. You'll see a few old home movies of them as teenagers. You'll see Lars and Sigrid share their music for the first time with their new band name, Fire Saga, at their hometown talent show. They'll be booed, of course, and told to play Ya Ya Ding Dong, which will be a song that they had played at a family member's party or something. After covering the events of Eurovision quickly, because that has to be part of the documentary because it's part of Fire Saga, but this is what was my idea, to quickly skip past that scene, basically, because you don't want to watch the same thing. Basically they start with like a voiceover, like, and then in Eurovision, and then you hear like Lars, ugh, can we stop this with all the boring? How long are we gonna spend on the past? Yeah, something like that. And it like cuts to him sitting in like his chair, like for his confessionals and stuff. And so then we kind of just skip past, obviously that breaks the immersion of the documentary, but fuck it. We move on to them starting a music school, bringing a love of the arts to their small town and encouraging those around them to follow their dreams and make the art their heart demands. I'd like to see, maybe Lars doing like class for costumes and Sigrid doing obviously most of the music work. Now, I do think it'd be funny if throughout this there was a background story happening that was slowly revealing that Lars was adopted, so that they're definitely not related. One, I want to clear that up. Too much what if in that movie.
Because he was like with his mom.
Yes.
Like their parents got together.
Yes. I don't like that, but also the whole movie, every time someone mentioned them being together or being siblings, it was like, oh, we don't know, probably not. So let's clear that up. But it won't be straight in your face. It'll be somehow like stuff happening in the background, like loose papers on, like just throughout the whole movie to show that they're adopted. So it's nothing they have to come to terms with. It's just something that the audience is like, oh, nice. Thank God. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I left them together, but I didn't like make them go on to be a bigger band or go to Eurovision again. They just started music school in Husavik. I think that it's good to bring it back home as well, because that felt like in the end they had a lot of love for their home, or at least Sigrid for sure. Yeah. Well, Thank you so much for listening. We do so appreciate it. If you want to talk movies with us, you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Letterboxd, Threads, and Blue Sky. We are Nanspod everywhere.
Nanspod?
If you'd like to vote on whose sequel idea was the best, come by our YouTube channel for the polls, or you can let us know your idea across our socials or at needlesssequel@gmail.com. Links, as always, will be wherever you are listening. If I could ask you for one thing, is to share a show with someone, leave us a review. That is how we get new listeners. Of course, I also ask that you come back for more Needless Sequels. Next week, we're going to be watching a Marvel movie. I don't recall exactly which one, but part of the MCU. I might have mentioned it, but we'll be doing an MCU movie at the end of every month, except this month we're going to do 2 because I'm trying to get 12 of them in before Doomsday. But anyway, take care of yourselves, everyone. We will see you next week.